Welcome to No Left Field, the show for busting boundaries and expanding possibilities.
And we have fun doing it.
Do we, though?
Hey, listeners. Due to some scheduling issues around college graduations, whoopity-whoop, we interrupt our previously scheduled prayer-related No Left Field programming to bring you a super fun episode that we recorded last summer about summer music. On July 29th, 2025, Ro and I got together in the virtual studio to record this episode, before Ro's professional-grade microphone had even arrived. We hope you enjoy the slightly grittier feel. We also wish we could have put in clips from the songs that we talk about. But alas, copyright laws have made that impossible, save for one delightful exception. Check the show notes for a complete list of songs we mentioned. And, spoiler alert, stay tuned for a 2026 edition of Summer Music coming soon to a No Left Field Season 2 near you. Happy listening. Okie dokie. So, you made a suggestion for our topic for today.
The topic for today, I want to talk about summer music today. Two of our favorite things, summer and music. And what I mean by that is, I know you love summer. I think it has something to do with somebody's birthday.
Oh,
but
come
also
now.
like the long days. I mean, you're going to tell me more about that, but also our ritual of introducing each other to music that we love and dancing out on the deck to music that we love in common. And there's a good dearth of summer music this summer, which we can get into. So I wanted to discuss it with you.
You wanted to discuss it with me, did you?
I did. Tell me why you love summer. Am I right that you love summer?
Summer is by far the best season.
Because
that's my birthday. Actually, technically, my birthday is like 2 or 3 days before the summer solstice. So, by that definition of summer, my birthday technically falls in spring. But no, it's all the reasons. It's the long days. It's the warmer weather. It's all of the associations from youth about not being in school and having spaciousness and fewer time commitments. And this is all in line with my core identity as a hedonist, as opposed to like a super duper hardworking type of individual. Right. So summer is.
I've never heard you articulate that exactly, like self-proclaimed hedonist.
Okay, well then there's actually a really quick story to share about that.
Nice.
Okay. September 91 to June 92 was my first year living abroad. I was in a city in northeast China teaching English. I came home. I came home to Missoula, Montana, where I grew up, and was living with my folks. And I actually spent most of the fall there before going back to China to live in a different part of China and teach English. And loved getting out on my mountain bike. At that time, that was my main form of exercise. So one thing to understand about Missoula, and you probably have something similar in Michigan, it's like the weather turns shitty pretty quickly after summer, like leaves, right? So it was October 1st or October 2nd. And a mentor of mine, professor of Chinese history at the University of Montana, had invited me to a talk, not his talk, but some big scholar was in town and was going to be giving a talk at the University of Montana. Here's the problem. It was 80 degrees outside.
Oh boy.
And that's for our Celsius inclined listeners, that's 27. And I said, there's no way I'm going to go sit in a room and listen to somebody talk about this or that when I could be out on my mountain bike in October on this incredibly lovely day. So I told my mom that I was not going to be going to the talk. And she says, Jason Daniel Patton, you are a hedonist.
And you said?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a funny moment because I'd always kind of known that about myself, but to have my mom just say it in such, just clear, concise terms, it was like, yeah.
Were you a little bit in trouble when you got the three Jason Daniel patents? Like, was it like a, or was it like your mom was like, I got you.
Yeah, it was kind of both, I think.
Right
Mostly
on.
the latter, mostly playful,
Yeah.
mostly just like, hey buddy, like own it.
Oh my God, totally. We haven't talked about Dorothy. We did bring up Greg recently, but Dorothy is equally amazing and has spent tons of time probably doing what she loves in in all kinds of climates. So love that. Well,
That's true.
hey,
um
you're a hedonist. So
yeah,
some
so summer aligns perfectly with that as well. It's a time of less work, more play. And also this is something that my dear spouse and partner Colette likes to call the clock with no hands.
mm, that's a
And
Patti Smith reference, by the
oh, it's
way.
Patti Smith originally. Okay.
Speaking of
Um,
music and summer and all awesome things, although she's also many things, but yeah.
yeah. um, but this whole idea of slowing everything down. I had a moment recently when Colette and I were up at Lake Tahoe, and I kind of had an afternoon to myself, and I went for a run, and I got back from my run, and I went and got a coffee, and I walked out of the coffee joint, and I just exhaled and said, this. I was walking slowly, and I was just like, I don't have to be anywhere. I can just sort of be here right now. So summer to me is so much about that vibe, and it's gotten harder in many ways over the years to create. I think one has to be very intentional about creating environments where that vibe can kind of surface.
Mm,
But when it does, and we've had this together when our families have gone camping as well.
hmm
So yeah, so that's kind of a long version of why summer is the best season as far as I'm concerned. What about you, Ro? How do you relate to summer? Because you've been, it feels to me like extremely intentional this year about proclaiming and reproclaiming it is summer.
Yeah. And yet, okay, today, blue sky, whoop, whoop, July, blue sky. Um, it's not lost on me that it is the 29th of July, which is going to be the end times of of July 2025, starting Tuesday, I think. Is that right? Is the 31st Monday? And I'm having summer ending blues. Like August is
Mm.
not the same as July and June.
Hmm.
August is historically when school has started in my kids' life. Not in my life. We were like post Labor Day school starters back in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, August is like, gotta get shit done. I'm so wrong about that, by the way. Friday is August 1st, not Monday. See what's happening? Like the clock with no hands, the calendar with no accuracy.
I love it.
Because I don't want it to be August. I
Hmm.
reject August interrupting my summer, which has barely been a summer because it is, according to various weather sources, the coldest summer in San Francisco since 1982 and possibly 1985, which is 60 years ago. So even for, even though we all know the trope that's falsely attributed to Mark Twain, the coldest winter I ever spent was summer in San Francisco,
I didn't know that was falsely attributed to Mark Twain.
falsely attributed.
Wow. Okay.
Remember how I mean, he did spend a lot of time in San Francisco, and I'm sure it was butt crack cold. Or maybe your butt crack is corn. Cold as, cold as a witch's butt crack. Okay, anyways, it's been cold. There's been a marine
Hmm.
layer. Rain Man, you can tell us more about this at another time, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about why I'm so damn intent on summer music to bring the vibes that you're
Hmm.
I need the vibes. I need summer. I need it for, yeah, for a fuck off time. I just need a
Yeah.
healthy dose of that. I love that it's light later. Took such a beautiful walk last night talking to our friend Helen Rose. Several laps around Dolores Park at dusk. We saw City Hall blaze up in its ruby red lighting finery. And and people were out. Someone was listening to Sade. I was kind of like attuned to this, knowing that we were going to talk about this topic. I've been like talking a little bit about it, thinking about it a lot, and I have some ideas for my personal. So I want to just plant the seed. I want you to think about your song of the summer. Okay, don't answer yet, but put that in your mind, song of the summer, and I'll tell you mine a little later. That'll be a big reveal.
Ooh.
But here's what I've learned in my research about the song of the summer for 2025, which is there really hasn't been one. And various journalists have been probing this. And there's actually for some time now, I guess for some time now, what with streaming and social media, the Song of the Summer has not materialized in the same way that historically we have had a Song of the Summer. It's been a communal thing when we've all tuned into one of the 3 radio stations in our hometown, like I did, or cars are blasting it from their stereos as they're driving by, and it's like a vibe. It's an instant vibe because we're having like this collective, whatever it is, like dripping with sweat in our play clothes, or I don't know, doing a car wash, whatever it is, like with this song in the background. And I feel like that kind of nostalgia it permeates through my bones. I mean, when I think of summer, I think of this car song Magic, which starts off with the word summer. Yeah. You know the one?
Turn me upside down. Summer, summer, summer is like a merry-go-round.
Right? Such a good summer song. In fact, this year in about February or March, I made a playlist called Summer. Not in anticipation of, but to bring the vibe of summer right to my front door. And honestly, I think the weather might have been better back in February or March. So now I'm reviewing my summer playlist now that summer is upon us, and and it's helping. It's helping. But anyways, like we don't have that communal thing, and it's, I don't know, it's sort of up to the individual. Like, what is our summer song going to be? And is that a good thing? I mean, I was asking our son, Julius, about this, and he and I talk a lot about music also. He's a musician and attends a bunch of concerts, as does Skyla, our other kid. Our family loves music. Your family loves music. Music is a big thing in our lives. And Julius was saying, I think it's easier than ever to share our music with one another because of all the platforms, and because people like use it in their background music for their reels and TikToks and blah blah blah. Like music sharing is a big thing, but all of us being exposed to the same music is really less of a thing now. Except that I still really like listening and I still really like listening to the radio, and I like listening to music that other people expose me to. So I go out of my way to do that. And what I learned when I was researching summer, song of the summer, was like typically it is this is attributed to Isabella Gomez Sarmiento on Weekend Edition with Scott Simon. It's a communal experience. It's fun, exuberant, joyful, something that makes you want to dance. All of my favorite things. I mean, I'll join you in self-identifying as a hedonist, and any excuse to dance is top of my list of ways to express life. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to jump in and because we haven't talked about this yet on any of our episodes. That Rowena, you are a professional dancer. So it's not just a hobby. You don't, just getting up and twirling around. It's like you've got the moves.
I think I had dance moves, and then I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. I should be a professional dancer. Like, I think I came out of the womb like, I get this thing. In fact, I know I did. Here's a little story. In first grade, I had a sort of persona who was a go-go dancer.
What?
A go-go dancer persona. And I
taught did you say?
First grade with Miss McGivern, my favorite teacher who I had a crush on. And I taught at recess, I taught my friends the go-go dance, which this persona, my first grade-year-old self, did in my old man's club. That's what I told him. I got to work at my old man's club tonight. Here's my dance routine. Here's my go-go dance routine. I'm going to be working at my old man's club tonight. I remember that it had the stop sign. Like that was one of the moves, stop sign. I also like stretched out the necks of my shirts so I could have one off the shoulder after seeing Grease with Olivia Newton-John, and she was like so hot with the off the shoulder. So, I mean, it's which came first, the moves or the degree? Do you know what I'm saying? I think the move, and it's sort of like some of us don't have a choice. I was just like, well, I'm good at this thing, so I'll just, and I love it. I love fucking dancing. I love dancing. And I dance a lot with Ed, and he also is such a good dancer. We danced just the other day in our kitchen. It's like it tends to be kind of like, it's funny because I always want to lead, and Ed also wants to lead. So, wrestling, dancing a little bit sometimes, but it's all in good fun. Also, Julius is a fantastic dancer, and Skyla is a good dancer. So, we're dancing. We wear our dancing pants a lot here. Okay, so dancing to the song of the summer. It's such a fun thing. Last summer we had a Brat summer. Charlie XCX's album Brat. I think that was like one of those like, viral things. Chapel Rowan also had a bunch of pop songs last summer that I loved. HOTTOTO. Hot to go. Such a good song, such a bop. This summer, Charlie XCX's sort of song of the summer is Party for You, which is not a new song. And in fact, it's a little melancholic, and I guess had some like TikTok moment. But I want to go back to like, what is the definition of a song of the summer? This reporting is Spencer Kornhaber in The Atlantic, and he says, ideally, song of the summer is a buoyant one, giving you a beat to bob a flamingo floaty to. Such good writing. A buoyant one, giving you a beat to bob a flamingo floaty to.
Well, that's major league alliteration that would make Ed jealous as an alliterative writer himself.
So your face, though, tell me about what do you take issue with that definition of song of the summer?
No, not at all. No.
Okay,
No. I take no issue at all. I was just sort of letting the poetry sink in.
I know it's nice poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer goes on to say, given that summer of 2025 was, in short supply of a song of the summer, we are relishing, and you might need to catch up on this. Get it? Permission to bring in my dad jokes. Okay, you might need to catch up on the fact that last week Justin Bieber dropped Swag. Justin Bieber dropped the album Swag, which is good. We listened to it last weekend, and the Atlantic makes the claim that Justin Bieber's song Daisies is finally the song of the summer. And I would say it is a song to bop in a flamingo floaty to. It has like a good beat. He actually says it's not his favorite song. He has another favorite song on the album that's like a little bit more, I don't know, multi-dimensional and less pop. But he sort of, this is Spencer Kornhaber, we're talking about, the Atlantic journalist. He says like some of our national attitude, ennui, angst is responsible, I guess, for this pining, or maybe it's not pining, is responsible for us like really kind of just like shrinking into our chaise lounge, maybe towel over the head, headphones on. He says that music needs to meet listeners where they so clearly seem to be, less in need of an energy drink than a soothing slather of aloe.
Hmm.
And I fucking hate that. I love the writing.
Mm.
It's beautiful writing, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's depressing. It's depressing in my summer, which as we know is ticking away. Ticking away. I don't know what to do. And I don't. Like it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart that we're ugh. And there's absolutely excellent reasons to be very, very depressed right now. There's so many reasons to be listening to um, melancholic music, love songs. I mean, Haim has a new album. I think it's called I Quit. It's like a breakup album. It's like, about like selling off things that you shared with your loved one and other things like that. So that is not the kind of song of the summer that I want to experience. I'm committed to finding the bop. I'm committed to it, and yet it's not helping that we have this bullshit marine layer day in and day out, to the extreme of worst summer since 1982, possibly 65. It's not helping. It feels like Mother Earth is sort of either mirroring or leading the charge on the depressed summer of 2025. And I thought maybe we could just talk a little bit and try to reclaim some summer and some summer music.
Wow. I'm really impressed with with your research and yeah, your presentation of the nature of the situation that we're in right now. Um, where to start? I think, well, I guess I'll start with where you ended, which is where I found my mind going as you were sharing, was just like, well, then screw it. Let's just declare, right? Let's declare endless summer, and let's declare whatever the fuck we want to be song of summer, right? Like whatever we're bopping to can be the song of 2025 today, and then tomorrow it can be a different one. Screw it. That's kind of where my mind was going generally. I also I feel duty bound to disclose that I may be the least qualified interlocutor for you when it comes to this, simply because I don't know that I've been as out of touch with pop music since before the summer of 2012, which is when I sort of started to get back in touch with pop music because I had two teenage daughters. Actually, no. Actually, that's false. I had zero teenage daughters at that time, but they were getting old enough that they were getting into music, and we were visiting the United States because we were living in Nanjing, China at the time, and we had a long ass road trip, and turned on the radio in the summer of 2012. We were just leaving San Francisco to start our big loop up through Portland and Seattle. And well, that summer was extra long because we went to Missoula, we went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we went to Denver, we went to Las Vegas, and then San Diego, and then LA, and then Hawaii, and then back to China, back to LA, and then back to China. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, that was an epic summer, right?
It's everywhere, actually. It is here and there.
Yeah, actually, good point. And the moment that I will never forget is we had stopped at Greens to Go down by Fort Mason along the bay to get some food to go for the day's drive, leaving San Francisco. That's the Greens famous vegetarian restaurant, and they have a to go service. And we'd just gotten in the car, and someone suggested we turn on the radio. We turned on the radio, and it was I don't know that it goes "What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger" by Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
And that was the song that was on.
Okay.
And it just totally set the tone so we spent that summer just like with the radio on.
Yes.
Hours and hours and hours. And that was the summer of What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. I mean, there were so many great songs that came out that summer. And anyway, why am I mentioning that right now? Oh yeah. So that for me, that was my I had, when I was younger, I had certain phases when I was in touch with pop music, but then summer of 2012 kicked off this kind of renaissance of like knowing what was going on with pop music and following it and being able to deliver extremely rousing and historic karaoke performances when the moment called for it. I mean, they're still writing about this somewhere in my imagination.
What was your song?
I had so many songs. I mean, I think my list has over 100 songs right now. I keep a list so that I'm always ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But gosh, I did. I mean, 2012 didn't actually involve karaoke, but the legendary performance in front of not only my own immediate family, but also Colette's sister-in-law's family, because we were all in Singapore at the same time. That's a long story, but we went to karaoke, and it had to be "Love on the Brain" by Rihanna was my my all time.
I know you did that not long ago for your students.
For my students, yes, at our talent show. But all of that to say, if we're coming back to summer of 2025, I never have the radio on unless I'm listening to NPR. More frequently, I'll probably have a podcast on, or I'll be listening to my own library on shuffle, which is great. Which reintroduces me to songs I had forgotten about, or sometimes if a song got into my library somehow, like through Shazam or whatever, I'll check it out. But I like,
yeah, totally.
You said there's an artist named Haim.
Yes.
I haven't even heard of this artist named Haim.
Okay,
so this is just,
yeah.
So, right. So I mean, this is like, I have absolutely no idea what is happening with current music,
which is why it's so fun to like play music for and with you when we have the opportunity. Also, I don't listen to the radio either, barely. For pop music, I listen to KPOO. Shout out to KPOO and my local radio station, and DJ Lamont of Fingersnap Salon, who plays a lot of like 70s disco. But I did learn a lot. I do learn a lot on NPR, so you can learn a lot about pop music on NPR, especially if you listen to Weekend Edition, because there's always a music segment. There's always a music segment, and I look out for that. And if I don't, if I can't be listening live, I go back and have a look. So donate to your local NPR station so that we can keep learning about new music the ways we do, because we don't listen to the radio anymore. This is sort of what I'm saying. Like, we do listen to NPR, and sometimes there's like, spotlights on musicians and artists in general. I love NPR Weekend Edition for the like novels. They talk to novelists or authors or writers and this kind of folk who I am very interested in. And then I look for it in reading. The New Yorker. I read their music critic pieces, and I like to read about music because one of the things I said to Ed early on in our relationship was like, God, I'm so heartbroken that I'll die without listening to so much good music in the world. Like, I there's no way I could like stop everything I'm doing for the rest of my life and still not listen to all the good music in the world. And because I love to dance, I feel like those things are very like dance to me is the embodiment of music for me personally. Although I can dance, one of my superpowers is maybe the interstitial like pause between tracks. If you're at some place and there's like one song and then there's like a long pause, I always dance through that pause, like sort of connective tissue to the next song, stitching them together. And also, just, you don't need music to dance at all, but I love dancing to music, and I love the sort of like throb of a cluster of people dancing to the same song. And we don't dance enough either. We don't listen to the radio, and we don't dance enough. And summer invites that, right? Summer, because there's like more hours of daylight, and people can go to the park, and you can wear summer dresses and, your booty shorts or whatever. Have you worn your booty shorts yet this summer, Jess?
No, I gotta. Maybe I don't have to like create a pair of booty shorts, because I don't think I own anything that is a pair of booty shorts in its current form.
Okay. Okay. Booty
But I
shorts
could do that in San
on
Francisco.
booty shorts on the porch. Yes, you can. And I hope you will. As we were talking the other day, fly your freak flag, bring
That's
your booty
right.
shorts.
That's right. I want to interrupt for a moment, just with an appreciation of you. First of all, just for the variety of music that you have been introducing me to, that it's way outside of what I would normally listen to. And I'm thinking about the Ben Folds. Did I get the name right?
Yes.
Yes. But wait, there's more.
Yes.
So beautiful. Oh my God. It's just,
I learned about that on
so
NPR.
moving. Nice, nice. And then also I remember 2 songs you played last summer. One of them was Two Most Wanted, Beyonce and Miley Cyrus. Oh my God. I just got goosebumps thinking about the harmonies. Ooh. And then Dear John by Taylor Swift.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Yes.
I recall the music. I recall the songs to the extent that I do, having listened to each. Well, I've listened to Two Most Wanted twice now, including when you played it. I've listened to Dear John only once, so I couldn't, repeat it. But what sticks in my mind from that and also other songs that you've played for me, including But Wait, There's More, is I don't know whether I enjoy, which I enjoy more, listening to the music, which I enjoy very, very much, or watching you listening to the music, because you're always performing, whether you know it or not, whether it's intentional or not. You've got your own groove going on. And when you know this really well, you're moving your hands in this way and you got these facial expressions going on. And it's so engrossing and so endearing and really fun to watch.
Okay. Thank you. And I could say the same about you, except like leveling up with an air guitar solo or a drum solo. Like for your would you call yourself a dancer?
I mean, here's the thing with me and dancing. If I let myself just cut loose, yeah, I can cut the rug pretty good. But it doesn't. I'm not. Yeah, I feel like at heart, I'm an air guitarist and I'm an air drummer. It's like,
yes.
that's my form of like performance. And I had a moment the other night, when I was shuffling my library and Some Like It Hot by Power Station came on.
Oh my God. Right.
And, I'm ready to perform that guitar solo for you. I was surprised that I know every lick of that solo. Like I know that song so well. That song rocks so hard. It is alone in the following distinction in the entire canon of every song that I've ever heard, and that has woken me up in the morning. So I used to have my clock alarm set. This is back in the high school days. The radio would come on, and that's what would wake me up. So there'd be a song on at whatever time, 6:30, I think was my standard wake up time in high school. Instantly, I would turn the radio off, of course, because it's like, shit, I got to get up now. One morning, Some Like It Hot was on when the alarm went off, and I was just like, I'm letting this play.
Yes. That's awesome.
Great way to start the day. Great way to start the day.
God, I love that.
Yeah, but no, I love the performance of guitar solos, drum solos, whatever it is, because it's just, that's how my inner rock star comes out.
You have really good energy. Like your like percussive, high intensity energy. Again, one of the things I think like we share, or at least bouts of like high intensity, just one or the other sides of chaotic.
Yeah.
And I can picture it. I can picture the guitar soloing. I can see the sort of back lean, like a little bit of a like, and the finger, like the foot's tapping, and the like scrunched brow, and the like, yes. I can't wait for us. I think several things. My brain, it's loud in there. It's loud in there. I just watched, we just watched one of the Bear episodes since we're all watching the Bear season 4 now, where you finished it actually. This was like where Carmi runs over to Claire's and she's
Is
like,
this a spoiler
yes.
alert for our listeners?
Oh, right. No, not really.
Okay.
It's loud in there. Claire says it's loud in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's loud in my head right now. That's all I'll say.
No, totally. That's a great moment too. When Claire says that. Yes.
Yes, totally. Okay, so in here, one thing is let's make a playlist, a post-episode playlist of all these songs for each other. I'll do that. I'll take that on. Let's get our 2 most wanted karaoke down so we can do it as a duet.
Ooh, I love that.
I mean, I'll be the high voice. Is it Beyonce, maybe? Maybe you're the Miley? I'm not sure. I think
we can figure it out.
Anyways, we can figure that out. I think that will be super duper duper fun.
Super duper duper fun. And sorry, you keep going. You keep going. You are completely on a roll. I will put a pin in. Okay, I have a fantasy about. So my daughter is getting married next summer. That the karaoke is involved somehow. Here's what is going to happen. You, Ed, Colette, Helen, Joel, and I are going to perform Silly Love Songs by Wings, which has such elaborate and beautifully timed harmonies, and not just harmonies, but also interweaving of people singing different. Oh, goosebumps again.
Oh my God.
Say, can't you see?
Oh my God, I can't wait. We're going to have to rehearse.
No, we are going to have to rehearse big time.
I'm very
And it's going to bring the house down.
It is. Oh my God, let's make it about us just a little bit in that moment.
Weddings have to be a little bit about people other than the couple in order for them to be truly celebratory and fun. And we can easily hog the spotlight for a little bit. Because it's still about them, right? It's still about them.
Of course. It's about them, your daughter, my son who's officiating the wedding. I just wanted to slip that in there.
Slip that in there. So anyway, so that's just a tangent from the theme of co-performed karaoke. So please go on.
Okay. What was the other thing that was loud in my head? Well, one of the things that this is all raising for me is the song of the summer doesn't have to be a new song. The song of the summer doesn't have to be a new song. And in fact, one in this in the Weekend Edition story, Isabella reports that one of the songs of the summer this summer is Summer Boy by Lady Gaga, which dropped in 2008. And it's not a song that I know. It's on Fame. It's like the same album as Poker Face and I Want to Ride
Can't
Your
read mine.
Disco Stick. But Summer Boy, did you ever
I don't know Summer Boy. I don't know Summer Boy.
Yeah.
No.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. So I want to just and actually Scott Simon. So she's like, "What's your song of the summer, Scott?" And he's like, "Dancing in the Streets." And then he tells this awesome story about how, because I love that you're like, these, songs have stories and songs and stories. And some songs are stories. Another one of my favorite. Okay, let me talk about Scott Simon, then I'll come back. Well, one of my favorite songs is that song, 65, the Bryan Adams song, is 1965 or whatever. And
Summer of 69.
69, that's the one. I say 65 because it was my summer of 85, and we just sang over 69 with 85.
Oh, there you go. There was 65 Love Affair by Paul Davis, was it? That's a different song.
Okay.
But go ahead, yes.
Right?
Summer of 69, yes.
Story, songs and stuff. Okay, so this story, Scott Simon's story, is that he was in the hospital waiting for his mom, whom we now know was dying. And it was in Chicago, and everybody was super duper, somber. They're in the hospital waiting for their, news of their loved ones. And the song Dancing in the Streets came on, and it has that line. They're doing it in Chicago. And he said everybody in the waiting room was just got up and sang that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. I love that. I love that.
mood. I know. It is so great. It's so great.
And that reminds me
Yeah.
of how I queued up the Van Halen version of that song, and you and Ed and I, Colette was out of the country the day that Joe Biden was declared the winner of the 2020 election. And you and Ed and I had the most epic party out on the deck, blasting the tunes, dancing. Oh my God. And that was one of the songs that we played and rocked out to, was the Van Halen version of Dancing in the Street. So good.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. And that association with the election of a like perfectly decent human being. And the the stakes were high AF, and it gave us cause for celebration, and that song just is like amplifying and enhancing that, right?
Yep.
So we have these sad songs that are amplifying and enhancing the depression that we're all sort of enmeshed in, mired in, not admiring of. No, I admire the like. I admire the heartbreak. It's very hard to center bobbing around in a flamingo floaty with the global backdrop that we're living in right now. But to sort of bring it back to what you said, can we claim that it's endless summer and that we have these, reason there are on the daily little delights. I think it was your esposo Colette who said yesterday that the mustard seed parable was written about or discussed at church on Sunday, and that's like the sort of metaphor of even this teeny little seed, like almost imperceptible speck of dust, can grow into this life-giving tree that then creates shelter for birds and their offspring, and on and on and on and on. So may the songs like crack us open with sunshine, and may that sunshine permeate to, not obliterate what's going on, not to the like, separation of us from the reality, but to lift a little bit the fog so that we don't feel stuck and fixed and just burdened and not able to move or mobilize because of the heft of that.
Okay, I'm venturing into territory that it's a little risky, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. As a white person trying to understand the phenomenon of black joy, there's one thing that stuck with me. It was something that Van Jones wrote about in, what was the book called? I don't remember what the book was called, but the key line in it was "Hallelujah anyway." Hallelujah anyway.
Hallelujah anyway.
Whatever the hell is going on is shit. Hallelujah anyway.
Amen. Yeah. Because if we only, and this is, the media gets blasted for this, but it's like not enough stories of hallelujah. Not enough stories of that where like, it's hard to not feel the shitstorm when there's not that many publicly promoted stories of cheer and joy. And I think we can hold both. We are gifted with these hearts and minds that are capable of such complex emotional holding, and we can practice holding both by allowing ourselves to dance.
Well, we've been doing this, and this is another thing. So interestingly, you left out a pretty important piece of context for summer 2025, which is that your husband, Ed, has cancer, is undergoing chemotherapy treatments, right? I mean, that.
Mustard seed. Okay,
right?
Go ahead. Yeah.
And one thing that I have loved about how you and Ed, and then by extension, us and those around you, have turned it into a celebration of life. We can't, the medical shit is what it is, and the doctors and Ed and the nurses and everybody are doing everything that they can to get rid of this disease that is threatening to end his life prematurely, and also creating all kinds of suffering. And there's a lot of ways that could be dealt with and met. And I feel like, again, with you and Ed taking the lead, and with many of us gladly coming along for the ride and taking the wheel at some points, turning it into a big fucking celebration of being alive. We've been doing that, and we're going to keep doing that.
Yay. Yep. And one of the things that we're doing is listening to new music. One of the things Ed's doing, right? Because he, I think, discussed with us like how he writes with music. He has his headphones on. It's pretty loud in there too. Like not just in his head, but in his headphones. And it's like he can only write if he's listening to music that he knows well. So I have, he has the same playlist going over and 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 over again. And it's sort of like white noise to him, but it also, I think, is also like Red Bull, white noise and Red Bull, maybe simultaneously. So that's Ed's jam. And so he's trying to get, a little bit more exposure. So we listened to the new Haim together called I Quit, again, breakup songs. We listened to the Justin Bieber album Swag. That's the name of the new album that the Song of the Summer Daisies is on, according to The Atlantic. And actually the NPR journalist also mentioned Daisies, along with a Karol G song, a Colombian reggaeton artist who has a song Papacito, which is a bop. And this Lady Gaga song from 2008, Summer Boy. And, that's when we got into Scott Simon's song, Dancing in the Streets. So have you thought about your song of the summer? I know we have a few minutes left here. And
Yeah. I have my own personal song of the summer, which is also not a new song.
Okay.
But it has to be Short Skirt, Long Jacket by Cake.
Okay. Yes.
I cannot stop bopping to that shit. I cannot stop. It is so multi-layered and rich and has so many hooks. It's a brilliantly constructed pop song. Oh my God. Incredible. But that's been by far the heaviest in my rotation. When I'm not just shuffling my songs, when I'm actually intentional, it's like, I want to hear this right now. That is top of the list for sure. What about you?
I love that. And it feels like a summer song. Short skirt. Short skirt. You can wear your short skirts.
Well, it's a perfect San Francisco summer song because they also got the long jacket too, right?
Okay. That perfectly dovetails with my song of the summer 2025, which is also not a new song. But as Ed and I were talking about this last night, he reminded me, and we listened to it, and I was like, this is it. It's a song by a little-known artist, little known to the world, celebrity in our household. This is a band called Sticky Situation.
Yes.
The band Sticky Situation features 4 or 5. God, I need to get the album art. Hold on. Be right back. All right. It features 6 elementary school children. They were in 4th grade. One of them is our kid, Skyla. There's Leon, the guitarist, Roxy, the co-vocalist, VT, the keyboardist, Rowan, the drummer, and Montana, another one of the vocalists. And the song is called Summer in San Francisco.
Oh, my.
This is an original song. These kids wrote all of these songs. This is a 4-track EP that is very popular with people of all ages, and produced by the amazing Mia and Paul Simmons, which is Leon's parents. Anyways, Summer in San Francisco.
Well, as luck would have it, this is the one song we don't have to worry about copyright with. So here's about a minute and a half of Summer in San Francisco.
my summer feeling. It's like, am I eating a lot of warmed up soup? Yes. My husband has like neuropathy where he can't drink, he's cold sensitivity, so no icy water. Yes, a ton of warmed up soup, part of the cancer pantry. Too cold for summer dresses, just right for movies. We're binge watching movies and TV shows. Jason, you're a part of the movie watching chorus here as one of our post chemo convalescence activities. And then when the sun comes out, whatever time it is, dusk or pre-dawn, if we're up, we're out, we're having a walk, we're like drinking in the sunshine. We might even like lie out on the grass. There was a little overconsumption at one point of having a few Manhattans too many at a spontaneous picnic in Dolores Park because we had to. This is a good day. We're going to take them one at a time.
Good day to get out and play. Oh, speaks to the hedonist in me, which we know is very large. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's perfect. And you, Rowena, are just such a fun playmate.
Back at ya.
That's all for this episode of No Left Field. If you enjoyed it, give us a 5-star rating and follow the podcast. That will help others find us. Until next time, may our left fields be ever expanding.